Hi Leo, welcome to your April 2019 Lenormand reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do a Lenormand Spread. It's the Grand Tableau. The cards have been pre-shuffled. I'm going to lay out all 36 cards and we're going to talk about the major areas of health, wealth, your job, and love. And this is all the stuff that's coming up for you in April. So, in 2019. So let's see where this story begins for Leo in April 2019. Okay, there we go. All right, and let me just say big thanks for all of you who are subscribed. Thank you for sharing and liking and all of your feedback. This has been a really amazing journey. I love reading for you. It's been so much fun. And yeah, brand newbies, welcome, welcome. Hope you like this. If you're feeling it, let me know in the comments section or hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel out so very, very much. And sharing, of course, and subscribing, of course. I do lots of different videos here, and it's we're all out here. There's so many amazing readers out here, so we're all out here to give you all these great perspectives. And so I really hope that what is coming for you through these readings is helpful, helps you get to a place of clarity and of peace. And we are almost about ready to start. Oh, that one's spinning around. Okay. So first is, I want to see if any of the cards are in their own houses. So just give me a moment to count, please. Okay, so none of the cards are in their own houses, totally fine. And what we're gonna do is look at what's going on for you in your activity. What are you bringing forth? And right now it seems like, Leo, there might be some struggle, okay? You might be in a place of feeling a little bit of anxiety just underneath, and it might actually be about your family, about your health, about your well-being. So we'll address that if it's a health issue, but there just seems to be a little bit of nervousness underlying you, so you might be waiting for some news. Now, in the past, it's felt really good, so it might just be a little bit of news coming forward. Maybe you're just waiting for a test result, something like that. And it, also this, we've got just a couple of challenging cards right around here. You might be actually struggling to get clear on what you need to do whenever that information is known, whenever you get that, if it is a test result, if it is, like a new will, some kind of statement, insurance forms, anything like that. You're going to struggle just a little bit on a choice and what you're going to have to do about it, because you're looking at things for the long term, right? So you really want to make the best choice for the long term goal. I'm feeling like there is some stability, but also maybe some weight in this. Okay, so you're up against something challenging right now. It might have been a slow going process, and in the past it might have felt like it was, and this could actually be connected to a child, and if it's not a child, it's just some kind of new opportunity. Maybe it's even the youthful self. So maybe you're going from, maybe this is a big birthday, and so you're going from this place of, feeling like you could do anything physically to, feeling like you got hit by a brick wall. So that could mean that transformation as well. But this is all just physical stuff here, okay? That's what you're bringing. So right now, you're really preoccupied with physicality, and perhaps with your family or your long-term or your legacy, okay, Leo? Totally understandable. Those things come up for review periodically, and that's fine for that to be what's going on for you. Now, emotionally, what's actually, you're in a really lovely place, it seems. It seems like you have a lot of, there might have been some deep confusion in the past, but I feel like right now you're feeling pretty good. You're even being more social than you might have been, so you might be coming out to say hello to the world. You might have been, hiding out in the past, but I feel like you're in a really social place. And while there's a lot of talking around you, you might even be in conversations with lots of people. There could be a little bit of, and this could be, a religious or spiritual community. This can also just be like a bit of a weight that is being lifted from you. So if there is some type of secret, or if there's been something that you've been holding back on expressing, this might be the time that you're about to step forward in doing so. And this would be an emotional expression. So, if this is talking about a relationship that you've had that you want to just share with the world now that it's in a solid place, or if this is, maybe you went through like a funk over the winter season, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, this could be talking about your funk and how did you get past it. But I feel like right now you're in a really great spot emotionally. So you just have these choices to make in the future, in the long term, which is great. Congratulations, Leo. I wish I was feeling that sunshine myself. All right, so now let's get to finances. Where's our money card? Money, looking for the fishies. Fishies, where are you? There they are. They're right there. Okay, so what's going on is that you're considering and thinking about your money. Great. In the past, there might have been some slipperiness. You might have put money into some projects or investments that weren't so sound. They might have been a little slippery, right? You might have lost some money. It also could have been that you loaned some money and that it didn't work out. Maybe there was a friendship break because of that. The snake is the reason why I'm talking about that. So the snake is normally not a very great energy because the snake is looking out for number one. It kind of has this transmutable energy. You can't quite nail it down, so you don't really know what its motivations are. It's untrustworthy, right? So, but there's, the snake also gets a bad rap. It can mean, that there's some sexualized or sensual energy in the past as well. So, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about money. Money, Jade. So that's what I'm saying. There might have just been some shadiness in the past, but I'm feeling like right now, even though you're thinking about it, you might be working towards filling those coffers that might have been drained if you had lent it to a friend. I'm seeing that your friend might have come towards you, and they might have come towards you in that way, but the money card is actually a little bit further on. So, you could have considered it, but then maybe decided, no, I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to have that burden of loaning my money out to a friend, which I will tell you, I have done that in the past. It is not the best situations. It can break a friendship. It didn't break mine, but it felt tenuous, okay? So, business partnerships are one thing and friendships are another. Just from my experience, I have noticed. But I am feeling like your money is actually quite good if you had invested in the stock market, if you worked in corporate, any type of organization that was not shady. I feel like that that could have gotten you to a good place financially. And your work cards are way back here. So I feel like you put work in, you might have had some support or some authority that also was behind you in this, and that you've moved yourself forward, and you're really starting to open up financially. And maybe you're even starting to go out and demonstrate that you are in a new financial position. This is the community card, and this is the conversations with others card. So, you could be just out at an event, right? And maybe it's not an event you would have gone to a year ago. It could be one of those, $100 plate events, $1,000 plate events, where you might not have had that freedom in your finances in the past to do that, but now you are. So you're out in public giving your money away, which is, noble if you have it, absolutely. So let's bring it back to the work card here. It seems like you tend to be pretty ingenious and thoughtful at work, but there's this break, and I don't know if you can tell, but I've got two cards here, and they're not looking at each other, the bear and the fox. The fox is you working for yourself, the bear is working for another. They're at odds. So what I'm seeing is that there was some type of break, some kind of things that, something that didn't work out. There was a tenuous relationship with perhaps even a boss. Now, I did say that it was possible that they supported you. Maybe they recognized that you needed to work on your own, and they've pushed you forward towards that in corporate, which is completely possible. I'm feeling like there might have been a break from this in the past, where you might have worked for yourself in the past, but then you actually took a role at corporate in order to make more money. So there's a couple different ways to go at it here. Again, this is a general read, but there is definitely the aspect of you working for yourself as well as you being able to work for another person. And it seems like you're gifted at being that fluid, so you can be your own boss, and then you can also support someone else being their own boss, which is actually quite difficult to do. A lot of people tend to be just one personality, that A type. And Leo, we know that it's all, we know that this is you're the star of this show. So, even if you're not working for yourself and you're working for someone else, we still kind of know that you're the star of the show. Okay. So, oops. Oh wow, everything's shifting now. So just keep that in mind, is that, there might have been some changes in the past between you and this boss or in this authoritative position where, you might have gone from working for yourself to working for another. Maybe you combine the two. What I'm seeing, though, is that there was some kind of change, a transformation that happened with your home life if you did take on a job to work with somebody else. So you might have had to end a contract when you were working for yourself in order to start a new one working with someone else, and that made a change in your house, in your home situation, which might mean that you actually had to move. These both, this is a movement card next to the home. So you might had to move. The other thing is that movement you might have had the idea that you were going to move and that shut down. So again, very general, it goes either way. But what I am feeling is that no matter what your choice is in work, you seem to be financially set, the finances come through. So even if right now you're feeling a little shady, maybe you had this shading dealing, it was a questionable investment in the past, what I'm feeling is that your work is going to pull you through, and financially for the rest of your month, you're going to sail through. It'll be okay. Money is a coming. That is what the cards are showing me. All right? Let's talk about love stuff. So we have the heart here, and then we also have the ring. Where is the ring? Here it is. Oh, it's hiding for me. Okay. So the love right here, it looks like in the past there was some type of transformation that occurred, and it could have been with something that felt very destined, or you can be in a relationship right now that feels really destined, and you can have a choice between going forward in that destiny or or choosing to remain loyal to yourself, to your friends. Sometimes when you first meet somebody, it's like they are your everything, and the rest of your world kind of falls to the side, you put them to the side. So that's what I'm looking at here, is that if you're in a new relationship, you might really be all about that relationship, and you're just choosing to not spend much time with your friends right now. You also might have a friend who's interested in being in relationship with you, and you just may not realize it. It might be overshadowed. The moon card is here. That information may come out this month, but I think right now it's still kind of secretive. It's still kind of hidden. So you might have like a secret admirer, and it might be somebody who's very close to you, who is a friend. And that information may come up, and that might mean you might have to make that choice between staying friends or trying a relationship. Now, in the near future, you have some luck in this. So you are blessed. Your heart is open and softened, which is lovely. if you start to think about this, your body, there might be a little bit of nervousness, and so that could just mean that maybe you've been celibate, and now you're getting back into it, or maybe, this is a question of, am I sexy? Do I need to lose some weight if I'm going to start a physical relationship with someone else? So just a little bit of nervousness, but for the most part, your heart is open and softened. There might be a child involved. And I'm feeling like this could be someone that you're thinking of. So maybe this could be your child, and that you really need to choose wisely so that this is in the best interest of your child. Of course, it could be the other person's child as well, but I feel like you're actually considering what's the best for this child over yourself in this situation. So regardless if it's your child or not, which is admirable, and we, as adults, we're the responsible ones to do that. There might be a little bit of challenge with this child, and it might just be that maybe this child is not having it, that they just don't want this relationship to go forward. And if it's not a child, this is it could be a younger person coming forward, and there can be some challenges, again, coming forward with this younger person. Even though your heart is open, even though you're questioning your sexiness, just know that there could be a little, some arguments. Maybe this is someone who sees things a little differently than you. And there is some potential for some long-term connection here, but it's way down the line, okay? Now, I don't know if this is at the end of the month or if this is way down the line, but you do have some challenges to get through. You have to get through some disagreements and some confusion to get to that long-term. But, if different disagreements come up, some people don't like confrontation. I think that it's healthy to discuss differences in opinions. And if you can do so without the drama or the emotional or energetic entanglement, then that's the healthy way to discuss things. So maybe this is you flexing new ways of conversing with a potential in a relationship, so that you can get to a deeper level, a more long-term level. Because this is, a card of antiquity. It's about, building, having something be from the past or long-term. There's a lot of different ways of looking at the lily, but we're talking about love. So that's what I'm talking about. Further on down the line. I didn't talk about this health. I usually like to leave love to the end, but that's okay. We're going to talk about this health. So we were talking about this little nervousness, and it might have to do with health or your family. And we discussed it just briefly. If there's test results coming through, maybe there's a new will that has been written. There is someone who who's in your peripheral, who is either naysaying what's going on or trying to put in seeds of doubt of whatever this, if it's, a new health routine, if it's, you getting some test results back. There's somebody around you, and you know who I'm talking about. There's somebody around you who is, it's like a snake. It's not a snake in the grass. Someone who's not being underhanded and sneaky. This snake is in the tree showing itself. So this is someone who's very obvious and blatant about their disapproval, or they are against what's going on. They don't believe in, maybe your strength, in your righteousness. What am I trying to say? If this is a will, they don't see that you have any right to anything that's being willed to you. That's what I mean by the righteousness. So it's, it's an adversary. Yes. It's an adversarial role. So there's someone around you who is talking a bad talk, and they're making themselves known. And that was a long way of me trying to describe all that. What I want to advise you to do is kill them with kindness. Sweeten the deal for them so that they can, put the rattle at the back of the rattlesnake, putting their rattle down. And that's kind of how I feel like they are, just kind of rattling the situation, without having much underneath it. There's no substance to what they're coming up with. I think they're just kind of creating shock because they might be a drama queen. So just kill them with kindness and try to soften and dilute the situation by doing so. Just we don't need to sink to that level or to get into that vibration. And whatever this health thing is or family thing, whatever it is that's going to come forward with new information that will reveal something, what it's going to do is it's going to feel more stable. Like you'll get the truth and it'll feel like, okay, now I know what to do, and now I can take action to move forward. Okay, so it's a good thing, even though there might be some nervousness in getting the thing to come out, right? Sometimes we don't want that secret to be revealed, but when it is, you're gonna feel like this is the truth. Good, now I can move forward, okay? And you may have another truth that comes out further on down the line. All right, Leo, that is a lot. You got a lot to choose from to work with this month. Just make sure that this person doesn't mess your vibe up. Whoever that sneaky, or they're not sneaky. There's whoever that blatant adversarial role is. Don't even let them get anything anywhere near underneath your skin. Okay, keep your heart open and soft. Be willing to sit with uncomfortable conversations so that you can go to a long term, if that is in fact where a relationship might be going. Your work is going to turn out financially quite well. Just keep on track with that. Whatever your work may be, there might have been some changes in the recent past. And emotionally, you're looking pretty good. And your action is looking pretty good too. It's just you've got some challenges that we just kind of have to sit with and move through. And a lot of it is about speaking the truth and confronting it this month for you, Leo. So let me know if this resonates. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you want your own personal reading, my information, that website is in the box below. For now, I'm going to send you all my love. Bye, Leo.